Okay, in part three, we're going to talk about clarity of purpose. Talked about the leadership metrics and the importance of clarity when it comes to the vision, the mission, the purpose, the key results you're looking for in the business. That all starts with you as a leader. You have to develop those. So you and your business are playing a finite game right now. And I learned recently that really business is an infinite game and ought to be played that way. So what does that mean? We're going to explore that for a few minutes. And then talk about, when we're through with that, why playing an infinite game, clarity is even more important. The mission, the purpose, your vision, the key results you're looking for in the business. All those things become very, very important when you start looking at business as an infinite game. You see, business has no end to it. We think it does. And when we're finite game player, a finite game's like football or chess. There's scores, there's opponents that you know, there's a time frame or an end to it. There's a winner and a loser. Business isn't that way. We think it is, but it isn't. And people that think about business in a finite way, as a finite game, they hate surprises and change and disruption, things they can't control or predict. They're focused on the now, the short term, and winning the game. Works to get something from the employees, customers, to meet a metric or goal. They play for themselves and want to beat the other players. Every plan and move is a must win in their mind. Products and services they can sell to people. So they're really looking for products and services they can sell to people. And they're looking at ways to react to what others do. Always looking around, what's the competition doing? But if you look at business as an infinite game, then an infinite player works to ensure employees and customers are inspired to continue contributing and investing. Not something I can sell people, but something that they want to buy. Want to leave their businesses better than they found it. Do things to ensure the company survives them. They play to keep playing, not to win. To stay viable, to stay consistent, to stay in the game. And are not fixated on the other players and what they're doing, but looking for new things and new ways to do things. That's the difference between an infinite player and a finite player. Okay, so playing an infinite game and changing from playing a finite game to an infinite game is going to require a process. And Steve Chandler, my old coach, always said, for every result in your life and in your business, there's a process that's perfect for creating it. Whether the results are bad or good, there's a perfect process for creating it. So if you want to change a result, you have to develop a new process. You got to change the new process. In every coach in history, Saban, Belichick, Wooden, all of them talked about trusting the process. If you ever watch them give a speech or read any of their books, it's all about the process. Trust the process. And it's the same in business. It's the same in our life. Jim Collins said in his book, Good to Great, that every great business has the right people doing the right things and doing those things right. Can you really truthfully answer yes to all three of those about your business? Because you're only truly a great company when you can answer emphatically, yes, I have the right people, we're working on the right things, and we're doing those things right. Okay, how are you going to get there? Well, clarity is first. If you don't know where you're going, you might not get there. So you got to be very clear of where we're going, what our mission is, what our why is, what our purpose is. The focus, habits. No problem can withstand the assault of sustained thinking. Doing those essential things and doing them regularly and finishing them. And then execution. How do you get execution? Through action. Goals without action are dreams. Action without goals is chaos, and that's where we mostly live. We don't have those goals to focus on, so we can't prioritize the actions and the rocks, and thus we just have a lot of chaos. So basically what we've done is built the leadership matrix. The right people doing the right things right, clarity, focus, and execution in a 9-step process. We're going to take this step by step over the next few presentations and parts of this presentation. And right now we're going to talk about vision, mission. We'll talk later about key results, but clarity, being very clear as to where we're going and how we're going to get there and why we're doing it. Getting the right people to understand and be clear about the vision, the mission, and the key results. So let's start with your mission, your just cause. Just cause, your mission, where are we going? You've got to come up with a mission for your company, an action statement, not the old mission statements that stakeholders and all those people, and we're going to do this, and we're going to be great for the community and all that stuff. This is a true mission that has action and tells the what, how, and why, and with whom we're going to do things. It's to get something to get everybody to rally everyone around and engage with, and build a business that will outlive you. Mother Teresa's mission was to feed the poor. It outlived her forever. She didn't feed them all, but that process continues, and more people are being fed through her efforts. Bill Gates wanted to put a computer on every desk. Well, that's still happening, and he's still outliving him and his engagement with Microsoft. Your mission statement is what you really believe, what you do, how you do it, and why you do it. If you want to build the great sailing ships, don't go find men who can work with wood. Find men who understand the freedom and excitement of the sea. Those are the kind of people that you want working for you. Simon Sinek in Start With Why said, if you give a person a job, they'll work for your money. If they believe what you believe, they will give you their blood, sweat, and tears. And that's what this is all about. My favorite story about this is about bricklayers. There were 3 bricklayers along a street, and the man was walking down the street and said, sir, what are you doing? And the first bricklayer said, well, I'm laying bricks. He walked a little further, and there was a second bricklayer, and he said, what are you doing? He said, I'm building a wall. Then he worked a little bit further, and he asked the third bricklayer, what are you doing? He said, sir, I'm building a cathedral. Which one of those individuals would you want working for you? A couple of quick examples. At GBB, we understand the magnitude and complexity as well as the emotional experience a real estate transaction involves. This is an experience that only happens several times in one's life. But at Blank, we will be there to help them realize their dream and make the whole experience a rewarding one. We will be there as a support pillar to protect you, your family, and your possessions. So that's their mission statement, but the characteristics of their team members is very important. They're team players. They're eager to learn and teach each other. They have a deep knowledge of real estate and financials, interpersonal skills, empathy and patience for people and with people, building long-term relationships. They love doing that, and every client is an opportunity. Well, next step, let's take some action, because remember, learning by itself is worthless. We have to take action on what we learn. So you need to sit down and start developing a mission statement with you and your team. It's not your dad's or your father's or your mother's old mission statement. This is all about the real action. What is it that what we do, how we do it, why we do it, who we do it with at work, that will inspire the people beyond just coming to work and doing their work every day, doing whatever their discipline is in a rote way, in a habitual way. This will engage people. Your just cause, it's going to outlive you and the business, something that really will get people engaged and get them excited about and give them something more to come to work for than just picking up a paycheck. Something you believe, get them to believe it.